back for another week of BP Kids Online. This week we are actually starting a brand new series called Take the Lead, where we are going to be following some of the greatest leaders in the Bible. Leaders like Gideon and Samson and Deborah and Ruth. And we are going to be following them and learning about how we can be leaders too. I'm so excited, so let's take the lead and let's jump into our new series.
Oh, Danica!
Hey Elaine, how are you?
I'm doing so well. Did you know what's happening next week at camp?
No, I didn't. What's happening?
We're having our first ever band camp.
Band camp? That's interesting.
I know, I'm so excited.
Yeah, it sounds a lot of fun.
Now, I have something really important to ask you.
Yeah, for sure. What is it?
Well, you see, we've had someone else actually set up to help us with band camp and to help lead it.
Yeah.
But they canceled, and I would really love it if you could do it for me.
You want me to lead band camp?
Yes, I think you'd be perfect for it.
Elaine, I don't play any instruments.
Well, it's not about playing the instruments, it's about leading. It's about being the leader.
I mean, I've led before. I know I can lead. I lead the BP kids all the time. But I don't know. I don't know, Elaine. That scares me, Elaine. I don't think I can be a leader. I can't be a leader.
Well, why don't you think about it for a little while and I'll come back.
Okay.
Welcome back to another episode of Barrack and Bros. I'm your host, Danica. I know you guys know me. I'm so excited to be back. And today I have a very special guest, Deborah. Can we all give it up for her?
Thanks, guys. So my name is Deborah, and I am a prophet and a judge of the people of Israel.
Ooh, a prophet and a judge in Israel. That sounds like a very important role. Is it important?
Yes.
Yeah, it sounds pretty important. So I heard that there was a little story that happened. I don't know if it's just a rumor, but what was going on between you and Sisera? Like, was he cool? Like, was he your friend, or what's going on there?
No, we are not friends. He was a bit of a bully.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, was he kind of just like after you and the Israelites?
Yeah.
Oh, that does not sound like fun at all. Well, I'm so sorry that had to happen. Was there anything that you could do about it, or?
Not really. He just tried to control us and was not fun.
Ooh, that's the worst. So there's this horrible guy that I'm hearing you speak of, Sisera. He just does not seem to be a good guy. He doesn't seem to be a nice person. How did you get through this by yourself?
Oh man.
Like, did you have a friend with you? Like, someone that was there with you to kind of like help you out?
Yeah, so I did have Barack, and
Yeah.
then also God spoke to me.
Oh my goodness. So Barrack was with you through this. Was there anything that, like, I mean, you're a prophet, so did God say anything to you that kind of just helped you navigate through this?
Yeah, so he told me to bring out 10,000 men and bring them to Mount Tabor, and
Crazy.
that he would defeat the king.
And did you?
Yes. And
You did?
Yeah.
Guys, I can't even imagine. That's insane. How was Barrack's reaction to this? Like, when you told him that you had to do this, was he kind of scared? Was he kind of worried? Like, what's going on here? Like, that, I'd be terrified if my friend told me that I had to go and defeat the king. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he definitely was scared, and he told me that he would only go if I went with him. So he wanted a leader to go with him.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. So let me ask you a question. And I know that all the kids at home, they're wondering this, okay? So you're a leader to Barrack and to, honestly, the Israelites, it seems, huh? Yeah, so back in these days, like way back when, you know, it usually was that women really couldn't have that role or that position in leadership. You know, they couldn't be prophets, they couldn't be leaders, they couldn't be judges, you know? So how exactly were you a leader?
So people often questioned my leadership, and they're like,
Yeah.
you can't lead, you're a girl, but I was told to do this from God.
Yeah.
And so I persevered and went through this and just did it because it was what God wanted me to do.
That is amazing, Deborah. Thank you so much for sharing. I want to tell the kids at home, because I think that this is such an important lesson. Like, look at Deborah's story, right? Like, she is a woman, and honestly, guys, nowadays, like, things are very different in 2021 from where it would have been way back then. You know, women were typically not allowed to be leaders. They couldn't be judges, they couldn't be prophets. Like, that was very taboo. It was not usual. But something that is so cool is that God takes us, no matter who we are, no matter if we're shy, no matter if we're different from everyone else, no matter if we're young or if we're really old, it doesn't matter who you are, God still wants to use you, and you can be a leader. Just like Deborah, right? You were a leader, and you guys can be a leader too. And I think that that is so cool, and that actually kind of brings us into our big idea today, which is that everyone can be a leader, right? That means you, which she is, that means me, and that means you guys at home. So I just want to say thank you so much, Deborah. I have really loved getting to talk to you and learn a lot more about your story.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course. Do you have any final words?
Just remember, anybody can be a leader.
Hey guys, I'm so excited you're here with us today as we're learning about how everyone can be a leader. That means you and me. And in the Bible, we have stories about amazing leaders. So this month, we're going to be learning so much more about how you and I can be great leaders.
I'm sure you guys saw a couple minutes ago, I actually got to interview my new friend, Deborah. And wow, guys, I love her story. I think that she is such an awesome person, and I am so excited to tell you a little bit more about her story. So if you want to open up your Bible with me to Judges 4, we are going to be reading from there. So in verse 4, it actually says this: Now Deborah, a prophet, was leading Israel at the time. So I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but back then, to be a prophet, you were kind of in a high up position, and she was essentially a leader of Israel. And to be a prophet means that God was speaking to her. And in this time, women were not necessarily always in these positions of power or leadership. So this would have been very out of the ordinary that Deborah, a woman, would be in a position of leadership over some of the men at this time. So there's this man, and I'm sure you guys heard about him a little bit in the interview. Sisera didn't like the Jews that much. He was kind of out to get them. And of course, Deborah, as a leader of the Jews, she did not like this at all. So she's meeting her friend Barak, an associate of hers, and she says this: The Lord, the God of Israel, commands you, go take with you 10,000 men and lead them up to Mount Tabor. I will lead Sisera, the commander of Jabin's army, and his chariots and his troops to the Kishon River and give him into your hands. And Barak was a little bit scared about this, I guess, because he said, if you go with me, I will go. But if you don't go with me, I won't go. Certainly, I will go with you, said Deborah. But because of the course you are taking, the honor will not be yours, for the Lord will deliver Sisera into the hands of a woman. Isn't that incredible? She is hearing from God in this moment, and she is hearing that Sisera is going to be delivered into the hands of a woman because of God. And I think that that is the most incredible thing. So there's a lot more to this passage, but at the end of it all, Sisera was defeated. And I think that that is so incredible that God used Deborah, someone who would usually not be in that position of leadership, but God still used her to help deliver his people, the Jews. I just want to encourage you guys today. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're a girl, if you're a boy. It doesn't matter if you are young, if you're old. It doesn't matter who you are, because God still wants to use you. Everyone can be a leader. That means you, that means me, that means everybody. God can use you in whatever form you come in and use you as a leader.
Okay, so our Bible reading for this week comes from Psalm 130. You can flip with me to it, and I'm going to be reading a few verses that just stood out to me. So verses 1 to 3. Out of the depths I cry to you, Lord. Lord, hear my voice. Let your ears be attentive to the cry for mercy. If you, Lord, kept a record of sins, Lord, who could stand? Those verses stood out to me because I have been going through a tough time, and I had to listen to what God wanted for me and what he was saying. So specifically, it's actually last year at summer camp, I was asked by the student council president to be on the student council, and I was like, what? I'm not qualified for this. Like, I'm not good enough for this. And somebody here at the church actually told me, like, nobody is good enough without God. God is the one who makes us good enough. So that time in my life, like, I was like, I would love to be a part of this, but I never even expected to have been asked. And when I was asked, I was like questioning, like, why are you, like, why me? And I just felt that this is what God wanted me to do and be in this leadership position at my school. And it was an incredible opportunity. I'm so glad I ended up doing it. So like we were saying today, with God's help, anybody can be a leader.
Welcome, kids, to our first episode of Q&A with Pastor A.
Hi, Pastor A. My question for you today is, what is worship and how can we worship God?
Some of you guys have heard the word worship before, maybe from your parents or at church here, and it sounds like kind of a weird word. I mean, when you think about worship, you might think about bowing down or bringing in money or something weird. But worship really is living your life for God. And whatever that looks like, it could be sharing with a friend, it could be helping people. It's basically doing the things that God wants us to do in the Bible. That is worship for Him. Another way we worship is we sing and we celebrate the good things that God has done for us. So when you think of worship today, think about how you can do great things for God.
Hi, I'm Ademade. I'm grade 5.
Hello, I'm Melvin. I'm in grade 6.
Hi, my name is Jizzy and I'm in grade 5.
Hi, my name is Ethan. I'm in grade 5 and I like coming to BP Kids. It's been such a great time here.
What's your favorite memory you've ever had at BP Kids?
Favorite memory was going to camp
Why was it your favorite memory?
because it was fun and I made a lot of friends there.
What has been your favorite memory at BP Kids?
When guest speakers would come over and teach us more about God.
What was your favorite thing about the guest speakers?
They would do stuff that I very like, fun activities to teach the meaning of God.
That's awesome.
I really like the BB Kids camp. They were a lot of fun, and the floor is lava and making slime. It was so much fun.
Why did you like that?
The floor is lava. It was like an obstacle course, and because that was during COVID, I wanted something fun during COVID. That was really fun. And making slime, I have a slime collection, so.
My favorite memory is the summer camps.
What's your favorite thing about the summer camps?
My favorite thing about the summer camps is how much fun we have there.
Yeah, do you have a favorite activity we do, like tie-dye or crafts, or like what do you like?
My favorite activity is the crafts.
What's the most important thing that you've ever learned at BP Kids?
The most important thing that I learned about God at BP Kids is that He listens when we talk to Him.
Love God, love others. Like treat others the way you want to be treated. Obey parents.
If you believe with your heart, then Jesus is Lord. If you believe with your heart, then you will be saved. God is with us and we don't have to be afraid even when we're in the darkest places and when we feel very scared.
What do you think God is saying to you about your future?
That I'm going to be successful I just believe in myself.
I think He wants me to grow stronger in my Christian faith.
In grade 4, I got into a lead role in acting in a Christian play. So I don't know why, I just feel like I might be acting for Christian movies, but I'm not sure.
Maybe a doctor or a pharmacist.
Well, that's super cool. So you like want to help people?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Are you excited to go to BPU?
Yes.
What are you most excited about for you?
It looks awesome and fun.
I am excited.
You are?
Yeah.
What are you most excited for?
Discover and learn what it's like to be there. I am excited to meet my SWAT group leader.
And are you excited for you?
Yes.
What are you most excited about for you?
What I'm most excited about is meeting the leaders and having and making new friends can be one of them. Yes, and learn more about God.
Meeting new people, and I would be with my brother more. So yeah.
Hey, Pastor Elaine.
Oh, hey, Danica.
So I've been thinking a lot about what you asked me, and I know that earlier today I said I definitely could not do it. Which, I mean, I'm still a little bit like, I don't play any instruments, but I believe that God can use me to be a leader. After learning about, this incredible Bible story that we just read about Deborah, and after hearing about Kiana's personal story that she told us about, where she was talking about a time where she didn't know she was qualified, but God helped her become qualified.
Right.
I really believe that God can help me become a leader. And honestly, anyone can be a leader.
Danica, I'm so excited that you said yes. I can't wait till band camp starts.
It's gonna be so fun. I'm so excited.
Well, we're so glad that you were able to join us for another week of BP Kids Online. Make sure you tune in next week because we are going to be continuing in our series Take the Lead, and we're going to be learning about a man named Gideon. We hope you have a great week. Make sure you follow us on Instagram for updates and subscribe down below so you can be updated with any new videos and any new content that we have coming out. Bye guys, have a great week.